the class of the American League. Where do the Blue Jays factor into all of it? What do you think?
You know what? I'm extremely happy to see that the Blue Jays are just slowly sneaking up again. And believe me, they did it last year. And I believe that if they get a little help, especially on the deadline, and they continue to do the things. I saw Barshow. Barshow is starting to look like the guy we saw at the end of the season. Vladdy hasn't really picked, his game up like he did last year and at the end of the year. But I believe that if those guys get hot and they get rolling and they get a little bit healthier, they can give the Yankees a scare.
Oh, but they're not scared of the Yankees one bit, and the Yankees are, I think, worried about this Toronto team getting hot. This Toronto team pushed that New York team around last year. They just got beat up, and they haven't been healthy. Vlad hadn't been off to a good start. This team is poised and ready to do exactly what they did. They did not lose their mojo. They traded Bo Bichette for Okamoto, but that Ernie Komet guy, and you saw some of the guys, Nathan Lucas and some of the guys playing huge parts up and down this lineup. So I think they're pitching with Savage, Gosman, and the guys they have with the bullpen kind of figuring itself out. They're ready for another run, Curtis, in my mind.
I think the crazy thing about it is offensively, it's not the team we expected to start this season, to Pedro's point, but they're heating up. One of the things that they've done an amazing job of last year and this year is they put the ball in play. So even though they're not getting the power, if they can continue to put the ball in play, that starts to eventually turn into hits, which builds up the confidence. And then if you add a piece, Lauren, just one offensive bat here, maybe somebody that fits in there. Now, all of a sudden, this is a similar team to last year that got off to a slow start and got hot and pushed the Dodgers to Game 7
and they
of
just
the World
got
Series.
One of their leaders, just one of my favorite players in the big leagues, Alejandro Kirk. Alejandro Kirk, man, he can pick it, and he can also hit and also put the ball in play. He knows what to do. He's not intimidated by anybody. Watch out if they come back healthy and they get a couple of those arms like Berrios to get back on time to help them out.
This is the same team that came within inches, a ball getting stuck in the wall. That's exactly right, a secondary lead of winning the World Series last year. Not much difference other than Bo Bichette. And again, I think they've replaced him. This team is just trying to get in, and they're ready to make that run again and think they can be world champions.
It's such a good point because I put myself in your shoes, and I think about how hard it must be after they had that World Series on lock to lose in Game 7, then to pack your bags for the winner, right? Go back to Dunedin. All with the hopes of getting back to the exact same spot that you were. They want it bad. They got a taste, and now it's all they can think about.
They want it. The country of Canada wants it. They were all behind it. It was in their ballpark. That country was going to explode if they would have won that one. And then you don't. That's the craziest part about baseball, but you have to reset and reset quickly, because if they would have gotten to a little bit of a funk that went longer than where we're at right now, now you're on the outside looking in. You are a seller at the trade deadline. You're starting to rebuild. You're starting to move pieces around. You're hovering right there. I think they're right around 500. Just pick up a game here, pick up a game there, especially in your division. You can claw back a lot of time quickly. And in this American League that's been pretty even keel across the board, they're right in it.
They're in a dogfight right now. Houston and Toronto. We're taking you live to the Rogers Center north of the border. 2 outs in the 11th, an 0-1 count to your boy, Dalton Varsho. And he gets it done at the plate. He has a mean glove in the outfield as well. And to your point, they got some pop in this lineup.
They do. And this guy and Bichette, his versatility to move the ball around right along with Alejandro Kirk were the guys that were doing all the damage late in last season. Now, this guy needs to stay healthy and needs to stay in the lineup in order for Vladdy to get some pitches to hit. I think Springer hasn't had the kind of season he had last year, but if he happens to get hot, he has the experience and he can carry pretty much half of the team right along with Vladdy and Varsho.
2 outs right now, Curtis. What are you trying to do?
You're just trying to extend the inning here, but we saw Varsho with one swing of the bat tied up earlier in the game. He's just trying to pass the baton to the next person in the lineup right here.
And as a pitcher, we saw him go inside. Now that's 2 in a row. The 1-2 count. Pete, take me inside. How are you trying to approach him and attack him.
Well, you got to be careful here. He hit that changeup out over the plate for a homer, which is why they're trying to pound him in to get him back on that fastball. But Pedro will tell you, getting beat late in.
Look at that. Altuve, first ballot Hall of Famer.
He got in there.
And they are out of the inning, and that is your ball game.
And that's a risky spot to miss. You know, you come in there
7
to a guy that can pull it.
That's where I was going. You better know that you can go in if you're going to go in there and get beat late because you're going to somebody's poolside power.
The Astros pulled it off 9-7 in 11 innings. Where are we on the Astros overall? Injuries have ravaged them. Do they have enough? Trade deadline 6 weeks away. What do you think, Pedro?
I don't think they do. I don't think they have enough pitching.
So the window's closed for them.
I believe so. And they have a great opportunity to actually rebuild the organization by trading a couple of pieces that they have. Very, very, very valuable pieces. You know, this guy is one guy that anybody would love to have. I would take that guy at any moment, any team, Yankees, Red Sox, any team would love to have him. Peña is another, tradable piece that you can add, to the pile of guys that you want to get rid of. I still believe that the Astros could remain a little bit, challenging to the West, but they just don't seem to have enough pitching. And I don't think the pitching is going to be back on time for them to make it. Altuve is getting older. You don't want to let go on these opportunities that they have to actually rebuild the entire organization and make it a competitive organization for the next 5 years.
It could reset you completely. I agree with that. But what if, just hypothetical, you're because the American League, we know it is wide open. What if you're 2.5 games back in the American League at the deadline and Yordan Alvarez takes his bag and he walks out the door and then the air out of the building?
Well,
that's what is going to happen.
But it could be addition by subtraction. Sometimes you see some teams trade a piece and go, oh, they're sellers. And then what pieces they brought in.
That's not just a piece.
But that could be, they could get some arms. To Pedro's point, they need arms right now.
Yeah.
If they can get some arms, you can supplement a bat there because you can keep the game close enough and your team is experienced enough to win close games. We're not saying that's exactly going to happen, but you could see a piece go up. The Astros just traded. They're sellers. And next thing you know, they're staying in the hunt in the AL West because no one's pulled away. They found themselves in the postseason. They have enough arms to get themselves going. Then that experienced old Altuve leads them to get things going. So
and let me add one thing. Not only you can actually trade one single player and rebuild the team, but you can actually get big league help right away from the players that you're going to get.
You want big league ready talent.
Oh, believe me. I'm not dumb. I'm not going to trade Alvarez if you're not going to give me top quality talent and ready for the big leagues. No, you have to make an impact in the big leagues for me. And sometimes 3 make more than 1.
3 big
4
league ready talent.
Sometimes
4,
5.
He's getting greedy.
I am greedy when it comes to Alvarez.